So do you extend a 41-year-old, Triggs?
It's Tom Brady. Look, Garoppolo and Brissett are elsewhere, right? And that's why the NFL draft is so intriguing to me this year, because they just traded his number one wide receiver, Brandon Cooks, and what they get is a first-round pick in return. So now you have the 23 and the 31. If you're thinking, conventionally thinking, what would the Patriots do? What do they need? They need an offensive tackle, the pass rusher, maybe some defensive back play. But what if they draft his successor with one of those two picks? Or what if they package those two picks and go up and get one of those top elite prospects, whether it be a Rosen or a Darnold or whatever it is? And then we're talking about a fork in the road. Then we're clearly saying we're not building the team around you, Tom Brady. We're building the team around our future of the Patriots. That's when things get tricky. So this quote, we can make a lot about it. We can not. The draft to me is the most important day, the first day of the draft, to see what they do with those two picks. That's the most important day in the future of the Patriots over the last 5 years, probably.
But would they be wrong if they drafted his successor? I mean, he's 41 years old, so even if they do draft another quarterback.
Wrong is not the word, but what would you think if you're Tom Brady and all the talent? There was a talent leak out of that building this offseason. Deion Lewis is not there, right? And they're drafting, of all the things, what would you think?
It depends on the price.
He's a reigning MVP.
At some point, they have to do it. I mean, he's 41 years old, and to think that he's even still playing now is crazy, right? But because he's Tom Brady, we've just kind of accepted and grown accustomed to it. But if they draft it, it wouldn't be the worst thing. And I think it actually might be the best thing for him, because they're saying, listen, we're not saying you're done, but we're bringing in a guy who we think you can help us mold for when you are ready to leave.
And they did it with Jimmy Garoppolo, who only really motivated Tom Brady to up his game even more, and his workouts and how aggressive and strict he is with his diet and all sorts of things like that. So maybe he needs that and thrives off it. I mean, if he's such a team player, then he has to embrace the fact that this is part of the game. It's part of the life cycle of the NFL to have people come in. I don't know. It's not going to. I think no way that Brady leaves the game is going to be pretty.
It usually.
I don't know how is there a happy. How is it going to be a happy
day.
ending? Like, what is the perfect way for Brady? I don't know.
Yeah.
The perfect way would be winning one more Super Bowl and being like, I think that's enough, and I think I'm gone.
He just says bye. Peace out.
Like a John Elway, maybe a Peyton Manning. It's very rare that it happens that way. They usually have to tear the jersey off.
So if they don't extend him, and I feel like Mr. Kraft is sort of putting it in his hands a little bit. He's saying, oh, if he, I saw Tom versus time. It was interesting. We'll see where he is. His family's growing up. If they don't extend him soon, given the fact that the precedent is that they have 2 years before the contract, should I read into that about what his future is? I don't even know what to think of that.
I don't know. It's
you know what I mean? If they don't extend it,
the dark arts they have up there in New England.
I'm done.
Dark arts is the perfect word. And now I'm thinking, if they bring in the successor, look, it got super ugly with Favre and Rodgers, and Favre didn't want to leave. He resented Rodgers. So I think it all does come back to the draft. If they go and get the guy, it says everything. They show their hand, which they never do.